This podcast was edited and uploaded by Uncle Geeb Productions. Hey guys, and welcome everyone to the Drip and Geeb podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is host Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. You can also watch our video podcast over on youtube.com/DripGeeb. Drip, we have a special guest this week. I'd like to announce Mr. HereBeGabe is on the podcast. Thank you so much, friend, for joining the podcast. How you doing, sir?
A bummer. I heard there was gonna be a special guest. I was expecting someone else.
No, man, you are royalty today. We really appreciate it.
Such a letdown.
Drip, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm still having trouble from that spicy KFC chicken thing, man.
You chose spicy. That was the wrong move a few minutes before our podcast.
Yeah, I got a little nose issue going on, little runny nose. Other than that, I'm good, man. I've had a great week. Gonna get 3 videos out this week. That's always good. It always makes me feel
fantastic,
dude. I've done 6 this week. I've never done that
every day. I know.
I've never done that in my life.
I keep getting Discord notifications from your Discord. Like, dang, he's on it.
He's pumping them out.
What's happening right now?
Oh man.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't familiar with HereBeGabe, he's a YouTube guy. He does a couple streams here and there, but he's mostly a video producer over on his channel. I think recently you've kind of become a Spider-Man channel with the new Spider-Man game with all the mods and stuff, which is totally cool, man.
For the time being, I guess. We'll see how long that goes for.
Yeah. But what do you normally do on your YouTube?
Ride the wave.
What can they expect from your YouTube channel normally?
Honestly, the thing I'm most proud about is the Minish Cat video that no one watched. I mean,
our people watch it.
That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes all the time. I talk about that all the time. I put in so much work into these crazy B-roll. Edit this and that and whatever, and then nobody watches it.
Yeah.
And then I put a video up of just me talking and some gameplay over it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes me feel real.
Says hello. Like, oh, Jesus. I played through the entirety of Minish Cap for this video that I wanted to make. It's a 15-hour game more or less, and then whatever little writing I did, I didn't script a lot of it, but the first couple of minutes are scripted. But yes, that Minish Cap video is probably what the channel is gonna more be like once the Spider-Man thing finishes. If it finishes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You're also
will never stop.
Now I'm not too knowledgeable on this. I'm just gonna bring it up, and you can take it wherever you want. It's to my understanding you're one of the founders of Switch Force.
Oh yeah. It was Zach, his brother, and me. In the beginning, there was 3 of us.
Yeah.
It's been like, if you guys watch Survivor, 2 of us have got voted off. No, not really. I mean, I still work for Switch Force. I edit 99% of the videos that go up. The ones that are not edited well, that's not me.
Wipe your hands of it.
Yeah, no. But to me, and a lot of people aren't going to agree, it's probably one of the most entertaining Nintendo channels on the platform. I think. I don't know, but I'm probably biased.
I used to watch. I watched you guys when it was you and Zach, before I even started YouTube.
Yeah,
I was a fan, man. I was a big fan. Huge fan.
Man. And now you use Final Cut.
And now I use Final Cut Pro. Yeah. What the hell happened to me? What the hell happened?
Go ahead.
No, so with Switch Force, I do just general production of all kind of video ideas and titles and everything. Just general YouTube stuff.
Cool, man. What's funny is my now fiance found Switch Force's channel before I did, which is funny since now I'm like a YouTube streamer Nintendo guy who plays Animal Crossing. I was gonna say it's probably Animal Crossing. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's got a lot of hours in it. And I'm like, what are you watching? Who is that guy? And now I'm talking to one of the founders of the channel, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about Nintendo tonight. No surprise. We like that here.
No, we're not.
That's
fun. A lie.
Speaking of which, we're not going to talk about Nintendo right now because we're talking about Disney, of course. What else do you talk about on Nintendo podcast?
You'll talk a little bit about them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's some Nintendo involved here.
Yeah, so actually, Drip, go ahead and let us know. Well, I'll say first that there's an announcement for a Disney and Marvel announcement. There's going to be some sort of directs type situation. And yeah, go ahead, Drip. What's the connection? What's going on here? Why do we care?
I mean, we care because it's. I mean, think about all the games. Like, okay, they're gonna talk about Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, Midnight Suns, Disney Dreamlight Valley. I don't know what that is, but
oh man,
I actually do.
What?
That sounds exciting. There's a bunch of stuff here. They're gonna talk about Aliens, Dark Descent. That I saw a little bit of that. Oh yeah, and that Avatar game.
Oh yeah.
No, they are.
Yeah, right here.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff. But I mean, yeah, it's September 9th. I'm gonna stream it. Like I said that earlier. I'm really excited for it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. I'm a huge Disney Marvel fan. Anything they do, man, I'm all about it. I really love Disney. Really love Marvel. When is it? It's a Friday at
September 9th.
Yeah, it's 4:00. Oh, that's going to be perfect. That's just great. That's wonderful. I don't know. They're staying here. What I'm reading here is that they're going to talk about Lego Star Wars, which I just said, but they're going to sounds like they're going to reveal like an expansion for that. Cool. What is Dreamlight Valley, dude? You know what that is?
Yeah, it's Animal Crossing Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. I don't know if I need all that.
It looks interesting to me. I saw the trailer go out for the game, and the first person I thought was my fiance because she plays Animal Crossing and she's been wanting to get into some sort of Disney game with all the characters. That's her thing. So like, I feel like it's a perfect marriage of like an Animal Crossing. Oh, and she also used to play Sims. So we have the Sims, we have Animal Crossing, and we have Disney ties. I think that's kind of the game for her. So I'm gonna be picking up regardless for her, But besides that point, I'm kind of interested. Anyway, I mean, that seems kind of
this is weird too. I'm reading this right here. So the show's the 9th, but that game comes out on the 6th, so it's already going to be out.
Interesting.
Yeah, updates, new characters.
Yeah, I mean,
something. Who knows?
Man, 3 days later.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
you haven't even mentioned the most exciting part of the show.
What's that?
Amy Hennig. They've confirmed that they're going to talk about what she's doing. You guys know who she is?
I had no idea.
The name
Uncharted.
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
She was a writer on Uncharted for a long time. She branched off, got her own studio.
Started her own thing, right? Yeah.
We've known for a while that she was working on the thing with Marvel. People think it's Fantastic Four, but we have no idea. And supposedly you're going to talk about something. So that'll be crazy exciting.
I wonder what it is. Yeah.
That's...
Where did I hear that? I think I heard on a episode of Spawn Wave or something about her. I don't know if I would like I don't know. Fantastic Four is not. You know what I want?
That's only the rumor. We don't know what it is.
I want an Iron Man game.
That's
like
that got canceled. That just got canceled. Well, not just, but we found out about it today.
Yeah. I think that's what makes me say that. Now I saw something about that earlier, but that's what open world Iron Man game. That would have been sick. That'd have been so much fun.
I want like a movie, the first movie Iron Man. That's what I want. Like in the crap suit where he's like, you start off as just Tony Stark, and then you have to
honestly,
go in the cave
fun.
and survive. That's what
you
I
remember
want.
those type of games though? They don't make those anymore. Like they used to just make movie games.
Yes.
Yeah, movie science. Yeah.
Like what were the ones I played a lot? The Star Wars, the prequel games. Episode 1, 2, and 3, like Revenge of the Sith, the game was
They
awesome.
had Iron Man, dude. They had Iron Man. You can go play it on PS3 right now. On 360 too. They have an Iron Man movie game.
They do?
Wait,
Man,
do they really?
I
had no idea.
I got this guy right here. I'm gonna plug it in right
there you
now.
Go.
Play
yeah, that's perfect.
some Iron Man or whatever.
Yeah, it's actually a tie-in to the first movie. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Okay, well,
I need to do that.
Our prayers have been answered. There you go.
Can I say two other little things that might show up? I mean, we don't know.
Yeah,
but
speculate all you want.
The Black Panther game that is apparently a thing.
Like a stealth. Is it gonna be stealthy?
And then there's a rumor that there's one more big game, and they're saying maybe it's Iron Man. So EA is supposedly making 2 Marvel games. So I mean, it might be early for that stuff, but.
How do you guys feel about EA making, like, I know they made, they at least a lot of their hands in Jedi Fallen Order. Like, how do you guys feel about EA making those games? Because I think they're not making, going forward, isn't EA, like, no longer a partnership with Disney and Star Wars and stuff?
No, they still are. It's just the license isn't exclusive to EA
it's not exclusive
anymore.
anymore. Okay, that's the thing. Well, how do you guys feel about that?
Who else is making Star Wars games right now? There's been some announced.
A lot of people.
I'm not that guy to ask.
I can't even remember who announced. Like the first one was like kind of a surprise, like because there was no real news that EA had lost the exclusivity to Star Wars.
Quantic Dream, they're making a Star Wars game. Is the one that like we actively know about.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that back when it was like what is it? Battlefront 2.
Oh yeah.
That was a mess. Like what happened with all that. At that point it's like, yeah, somebody else needs this. But then we got Jedi Fallen Order.
That game's amazing.
Which is and the second one looks super good. Like I haven't even finished the first Jedi Fallen Order. I'm actually playing through it right now, but I mean the second one looks great. What I've played of this one's amazing. So then it's like, well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they knew they were losing it. They're like, we gotta fix this shit. We've messed up terribly here.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It depends on who's making it, right? Because sure, EA, but EA has a bunch of studios. Like they themselves don't really do anything. Respawn did Fallen Order, and they're doing Fallen Order 2. So whoever EA owns a bunch of people. Well, not people. They don't own people. They own studios.
Oh, they own people.
Yeah. So whatever team ends up making it, that'll dictate the excitement levels, I guess. But I think for sure the Black Panther one, at least we can feel comfortable about it being real and maybe being at the show. That seems like that's closer to coming than whatever the other game is.
So as far as an expansion for the Skywalker saga, how much further can you go with it? It's
I think you're a character in the game, right? I think I saw you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's already in it. Yeah, like you've covered all 9 movies. What's the what are you expanding upon? Yeah, I mean, I guess that now. If I just thought of this, they could go into completely other stories. Like we have a bunch of other Star Wars stories that aren't just the Skywalker saga. Yeah, I mean,
or the Bad Batch is a video game. Come on.
Yeah, well, they're in the game. What?
I hate Star Wars with a passion. It's not my thing.
Man.
Yeah,
this whole room over here is just complete Star Wars.
Jedi Fallen Order is the only Star Wars thing I've liked in my life, I think.
Oh man, I love Star Wars. I have Jedi and Sith tattooed on my knuckles, dude.
Oh no, that's cool. It's not
tattooed on my heart.
Oh,
it's not for me. It's not for me.
That's
but I mean, maybe they'll do like a Mandalorian. That would be cool.
You don't like the Mandalorian? Okay, have you seen the Mandalorian?
I've seen an episode.
Not your thing. Like you seen? Did you see episode 1 and that's it?
The movies?
No, Mandalorian episode. Just episode 1 of the Mandalorian.
First episode. Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, correct.
Man, and you don't like it.
Well, if you didn't like that, I don't know.
Okay, all right. I have a response to that. Since you saw episode 1 of Mandalorian, you didn't like it. I can relate to that because I saw episode 1 and I was like, "What am I watching? What is this? I don't really like it."
I was hooked, man.
It's key because I'm a huge Star Wars guy, but I wasn't. I'm like, "Nah, this is not my thing." But I gave it a chance. What else was there to do? I've been watching episode by episode, and I'm like, "Oh." And I started to get it. So, like, I think maybe, Gabe, you need to just watch a couple more episodes.
Never gonna happen.
I'm just saying. I can by you watching episode 1, not liking it, I can totally understand that.
They've had 9 movies to win me over.
The Mandalorian are trash compared to the Mandalorian. Mandalorian is the movies, not all the movies.
Mandalorian is the best piece of Star, in my opinion, completely my own opinion, the best piece of Star Wars that Star Wars has to offer of anything.
If I touch the stove 9 times and get burnt every time, I'm not gonna go touch it again because
this is the least hot. This is the least hot part. You actually probably won't get a blister if you touch this stove.
I'm okay.
So what? It's fine.
You guys can love it enough for me.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I will.
It's fine.
I will love
the Mandalorian. The first episode I was in, man. Baby Yoda just stole my heart. Yeah,
no, not me.
He had me at the first little.
He had you. He had you at
tricks work on you. Like I mean.
Oh
yeah. Oh yeah. They got their own Jedi mind tricks, and they seem.
They
to work.
do. I'm telling you.
He had you
every single one. Every Disney movie, every Pixar movie. Every time, man, they get me. Tears. Yeah. Like I don't know how they have a science. They have a formula, and they have it perfected.
To be honest, I think I just don't like space. I mean, we were on the topic of Marvel for a second before I caused this tangent. I also don't like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like those movies, I hate them too. Like
maybe you just don't like space.
Yeah, I don't like space unless it's Dead Space. Like that, I like that.
What about sci-fi in general? How do you feel?
Nah.
But you like comic books.
I like comic books. Yeah.
Like comic book franchises. You know. Like
Spider-Man.
I wish Marvel would take a decade off. Stuff like I watch it all. Yeah. Like, but it's whatever. By now it's just that I've seen so much of it. Like I've seen all these Marvel movies. I can't.
Oh no, Drip's not going to be on the same page, but I don't like where Marvel is headed, what they've done the past couple of years.
I love it.
I don't like it. I think it's, like you said, Gabe, it's kind of been done, and now we're just kind of rinsing, repeating, and changing, but getting worse in my opinion. So yeah, I'm not huge on Marvel in the future. Star Wars is clearly a different story for me, but Marvel, not a big fan
Star Wars
right now.
Telling you the same story since like 1984.
But in a different.
No, the exact same way.
Yeah, listen, I mean, literally, there's different. There are a lot of the same. It's a lot of the same stuff.
How is this new trilogy different than the last one?
It's not. It's a copy paste with new people in it.
I'm talking about the TV stuff, like Bad Batch. Yeah. I love Mandalorian. I love Bad Batch more than any Star Wars movie.
Stories are better.
That's controversial.
Main story, that's for sure.
In the Star Wars universe, I think Bad Batch is better than any movie they've done, in my personal opinion. Even it being animated, which is saying a lot for me.
How do you guys feel about Midnight Suns?
I'm excited for it.
See, it's not my type of game.
I like Frex. I like XCOM. It's a good studio.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. That type of game for me is just, I don't know.
Oh man, they got to abandon the card system. If they abandon the card system, you're in.
Maybe, honestly, maybe that would honestly change. Yeah, that's how it would probably change a lot for me if they. I don't. Yeah. Anytime I see if somebody shows me, oh yeah, there's cards.
Oh, speaking of cards, I'm Marvel Snap is confirmed they're going to be at this event you're talking about. That game is phenomenal. I've been phenomenal. It's the best card game I've ever played. It's really entertaining. Yeah, no, dude, but the cards look sweet. If you were to play 10 matches of it, you wouldn't put it down. Like it's so great.
I might try.
All you have to do is get a Philippines account on your phone. That's how I've been doing it, just to download it, and then you go back to the United States. So it's cool. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get a release date for that because it's available widely in like certain countries. I know Philippines is one of them because that's where I got it from.
Yeah.
Other than that, it'll be exciting for it to be available worldwide because that game is really fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, cards. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I thought the exact same thing, but I tried it and it's phenomenal.
How about Avatar? We've seen a little bit of that Avatar game, like a trailer, cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
And then they pushed. They said it was what? It was a 2022 game, and then pushed it like the end of the year, or was it 2023 and then pushed it to 20? Either way, they pushed it. But that game, man, I'm down for that. That looks awesome.
I can't wait to climb stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I want to fly. I just want to fly.
Oh my god, I love
it. I just want to fly. Climb some or fly off some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll climb to the top of something. You'll open the map, and then you'll jump off onto your little bird thing and fly around. It's gonna be great. I'm with it. I'll do it 100 times.
Speaking of flying, Drip.
What?
We're gonna be flying all over the water in Wave Race 64, which just got announced. The Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack
what?
for the 64. I mean, I wish I could drop this microphone, except for it's on a boom arm.
Oh, that's amazing.
But yeah, man, dude. So, Gabe, I don't know about you. Where do you fall in nostalgia? Are you big on the 64? Well, let's start with specifically the 64 portion of the expansion pack. How do you feel about all these games being added? Do you care at all about Wave Race?
Do I care about Wave Race now?
No, really?
No. Wave Race is cool though. Like it was a fun game. I rented it a couple times when I was a kid. Like,
man, that was when I played. I played so much of it.
That's about where it stops.
Yeah.
No, I mean nostalgia is a driving force in us as humans. In everything we do, we don't even realize it sometimes. So my feelings on nostalgia are, pretty much what everyone else's. If it makes you feel good and gives you, memories.
Yeah. You can't help
of fonder times and whatever. I'm all for it.
Now, Drip, I know one of the games you really want to come to the service is 1080 snowboarding, and Wave Race kind of falls in that kind of category of sporty game. How do you feel about Wave Race?
I mean, I played it a ton, man. I played it. Oh, we played it so much. That was one. That one, and man, I'm trying to think of other racing games. I never played that. Never played that. Yeah, that 1080 Cruising USA, and then obviously like Zelda, Mario, all the stuff that everybody played. But like those are the ones. Man, me and my brother played. We played Wave Race a bunch, and I don't know. I was pumped when I saw that they announced it. Like that's cool, but I would have rather it been 1080. I'd have been a lot more excited about that. But now seeing Wave Race, it kind of makes me feel like 1080 is probably right around the corner.
Wait, but do you guys play these things, or is it just cool? Like, yeah, it's cool, but do you play it? Are you gonna go play it on your Switch?
We'll probably play it tomorrow night on stream. I imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, I will play them. Yeah.
Once. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I mean, now I will say I have gone back because I have this, which makes it.
I have it as well. It's in my set. I want to ruin
this. Makes the difference.
Yes.
Playing those games with a regular controller kind of sucks. Let's be honest. It's not that great. Having that makes the difference. But I have gone back and played Ocarina of Time. I'm playing through that. I mean, slowly, but the other ones, no. I mean, I play them once, twice. Maybe if like I have people over and they're like, "Oh man, 64 games." I remember like, "Oh yeah, okay." That's basically what they're for. But I don't know. It's nice to have them. I'm glad they're there.
For sure. Same.
I'm going to play them more than once. Some of them probably only twice, to be honest with you, but more than once. And the others, I'm going to experience for the first time, but for the second time, if that makes any sense. And here's what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
My friends, don't be sarcastic, you ass. My friends had 64, GameCube, Wii. My first Nintendo console, besides my Game Boy Advance, was my Nintendo Switch. I didn't own any of those home consoles growing up, but I played the crap out of it with all my friends because all my friends had the consoles. And we play them casually. Maybe I remember popping in a Wave Race cartridge. Maybe I remember. I definitely remember like Mario Kart 64, all these other games, and I definitely remember the controller because I'm always been a hardware, accessories. I like toys. That's who I am. So I remember the colors of all the 64 colors, the transparent hardware, the controllers. I remember it all.
Yeah, I had the green one.
The controller,
green one.
Yeah, I didn't own the controller, but I used it a lot. And having the opportunity to buy it myself and play it on this modern console, wirelessly, especially with the rumble back built in, this is speaking to me specifically. All this Nintendo Online stuff where they're bringing back games. I know they could do it in a better form. They could do it with the Virtual Console system from the Wii U. I know it can be better, but I really like all these old games coming back because I got back into Nintendo from last time I had played Nintendo consoles probably 20 years ago. And now I'm playing them again. I'm reliving these games I never owned, and I'm really, really liking it. I'm excited to try Wave Race for the first time. That's what it comes down to for me.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah,
there's
fun.
The one game that that's on there that I was really excited about was Star Fox 64. That's one I would wake up like Saturday mornings and run through Star Fox 64 like 10 times just trying to get different areas, trying to get the different planets and find the secrets and stuff. When it came out, actually, we played it on stream and I beat it really fast and I was like, man, how long did that take? Like that was
2
really
hours. Yeah.
No, I beat it in it was like what?
It was less than 2 hours.
It was 40 minutes or something like that.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I started looking. I think it was like 50, 55, 57 minutes or something like that. But I was like, that's pretty fast. I was like, I just want to. I started looking at the list. It was actually I'm pretty sure it was it's in the top 100 of times.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I'm gonna try to speed run this. I haven't done it yet, but I was like, I really would like to learn, where to go and what to do and speed run this because the first time playing it since I don't even know. That was the first time I played it since I was a kid, and we crushed it.
I guess you might be the only one in the world if you do this, but a Star Fox dedicated channel. I don't think that exists.
Oh, I don't think it does.
We found your niche.
And then when they re-release Star Fox Zero from the Wii U onto the Switch, I will blow up, dude. I will blow up. Then they'll make a new one.
Star Fox Zero is going to be the thing that blows you up. Yes.
Yes, it will be.
Oh man.
Because I'll be speedrun champ with a 64 game. Oh man, it's happening. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you talked me through all this. Now I know exactly what direction to start moving towards.
I'm kind of curious, guys. I'm kind of curious. So it's been a year now that we've had the online expansion pack specifically for Nintendo Switch Online.
Almost a year.
Almost a year. How do you guys feel about specifically the expansion pack? How do you feel about it since its release? We got all the games they said they were going to put out, plus one additional one here with Wave Race. How do we feel about it?
Is that the only before we go on with that? Is that the only extra one that we've got? All those other ones are ones that we knew about. I thought there were more.
No, Pokemon Puzzle League.
Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right. Pokemon Puzzle. Yeah. I negated that from my video. I forgot about that. But yeah, so two games in addition.
Yeah.
No, how do you guys feel?
It's the same thing with this online Nintendo thing. It's so cheap that making up the value is very easy for them. You add the Animal Crossing stuff, 40 million people were instantly able to get Happy Home Paradise. So boom, that's $25 worth of value. Then the Splatoon add-on and the Mario Kart stuff. Yeah, like of course it easily becomes worth it. Even if they took their two biggest franchises selling wise on Switch with Animal Crossing and Mario Kart, and gave a big expansion for each. The Mario Kart one's still coming for a while, but 2 years. It's very hard not to be able to just justify the price. And then on top of that, you get all these N64 games and the godforsaken Genesis and NES games that they put on. Jesus. Yeah. But
the Genesis was kind of a surprise. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, but the games that they put are like so obscure. Like I've never even heard of.
Yeah, they're like some of the original ones that they first announced. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
The ones that keep coming, I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. Grave Digger 6. I'm like, what?
Excuse? Is this a monster truck game? What is this? Yeah. I honestly, from the beginning, I've said the same thing from the beginning. I said it last year. I was going to try to record the video about this same exact thing before we hopped on here so I could have it ready for next week. But I mean, I said this when they first announced this. I thought like, everybody was so pissed off about it. It's like, dude, it's so cheap. Like, why are you mad? Yeah. And like, oh, it's $50. It was $20. Like, okay, without like not even looking at the stuff that we have now. We're not even adding the Mario Kart stuff, not adding that. Like you said, you got the Animal Crossing stuff. If you're an Animal Crossing fan, how much was that DLC? 25 bucks? Yeah. Okay. So you've got what, $45 right there. If you had the original online and then you just go buy that, you're at $45. Yeah. So you could pay $5 extra, get all those N64 games, all those Genesis games. I mean, how is it not worth it? Like, it's insane, especially when you look at what everybody else charges for online stuff. It's like,
do people think it's not worth it at this point? I think everyone's just come around.
I think at this point they have, but when it first came out, everybody was so mad.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's still some people out there who are like begrudging to get it.
I'm sure there is.
Fine, then don't get it. Go pay for the Mario Kart thing separately. Goof.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, this isn't required content. You don't have to have it.
I think something that people do forget often, even those of us who enjoy the service as it is, as the price it is that this is a recurring payment. It isn't just $50. I mean, you're gonna have this Switch for who knows how long. Even if you just got your Switch, you're gonna have, even if you bought your Switch a long time ago, you're gonna have your Switch for a while in the future. I mean, like we've talked about on this podcast and in videos and stuff, the Switch isn't going anywhere. No. It's not going anywhere for a while. We're gonna get many different renditions of it. And the online service is going to be there. And now that doesn't mean that you can't downgrade back to the $20 one if you're kind of tired of paying the extra money for all the extra games that you're not playing anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
people, but we do have to remember too that it is recurring.
For a year, yeah. Well, if you have it for a year and they didn't give you anything, which they did.
Because they keep adding stuff.
Yeah.
So yes,
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
yes, it's recurring, but they've added a ton. the Octo expansion, which is part of it now, that's a $20 thing, and it's a really good piece of additional content for Splatoon 2, and they're gonna probably keep adding stuff.
You know what's next?
Game Boy's coming. Like
well,
we know.
That's definitely coming. But I'm talking about the DLC stuff. We're gonna finally get that announcement of what the name of Breath of the Wild 2 is. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see all this stuff, and they're gonna say, "Oh, and by the way, the DLC from Breath of the Wild is now in the expansion." I guarantee it.
I'd be shocked if
it'll be a while for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Start putting everything on there. Why not?
Yeah. Even and that's an old DLC. That's what I like about this though. They're doing it with not just older stuff, which they have done older stuff. The Octo expansion's old, but it's brand new stuff. This is their Game Pass. They're not going to give away games. Nintendo's just not. They're not going to do that.
Yeah,
that's not how they roll.
I saw a really good comment in the chat. I do want to bring it up from Alex Switch Corner. He had said that they should have put the new Kirby game included in the expansion pack. I really do. I didn't play the game yet. I have to agree with that.
I really liked it. I don't know.
It's fun.
I thought it was a ton of fun. I still haven't got to play a lot of it. I've been running around all day today, and then yesterday. I mean, I made like first impressions video of it yesterday. But like, I had a good time. I suck at it, but I mean, I had a good time.
It's really fun.
I'm not saying that it wouldn't. It's not. I'm not saying that the $15 wouldn't make Nintendo money. That's going to make Nintendo plenty of money. But I feel like it would have been a really good sell to those people who are still holding out for the expansion pack if they were like, "Yo, it's not a free-to-play game, and it's not free, but it is included and no extra charge in your expansion pack." I do think that would have been like sprinkles on top of the icing on top of the cake. For the
I will say
pack.
The pricing for the game does fit the types of things that they put in there. So
it is unusual though, because don't they usually put out games that are like, isn't there another Kirby game that's $20 and another Kirby game that's $10 on the Switch?
Yeah,
like it's unusual that it's unusual that they went for $15 when they honestly, like I said, they could probably make money off that, but they could have also just sold some more expansion packs.
They love experimenting with Kirby.
Yeah,
like,
they do.
That's
they
the one
do.
franchise that they do all this weird shit with.
Yeah,
you said I could cuss, right?
Yes.
Fuck
yeah, they do all types of weird shit with Kirby, which is great. I mean, whatever. Like, Dream Buffet's fun. Like, it's like legit fun. I thought it wasn't gonna be. I thought it was gonna be silly, but I had a good time when I played it.
Yeah, I like it. And I mean, speaking of Kirby, like Kirby and the Forgotten Land, it was fantastic.
One of the best games on the Switch this year.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, they do experiment with Kirby a lot. Now that you say that, it is.
Yeah, they have a Kirby Smash clone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
It is weird. And I mean, this is basically a Fall Guys. I mean, it's like Fall Guys.
Kind of, yeah.
Different, but same thing. You're racing. You're trying to not fall off the edge. You don't have to eat stuff.
The last thing about the expansion pass, if people are really cheap, that's fine.
Yeah.
Get 6 friends. All of you pay for like $10 for the year, $10 for the year, and you all have it. I'm on a family. I'm on a family plan.
That's the best deal in gaming, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what we do. I have people in my Discord. I was like, "Yo, I'm doing this. Who wants in? $10. I'll fill all the spots." Yeah.
In my opinion, that's the best deal in gaming. I know Game Pass is $15 and $10 for PC, but I don't know, $10 a year and you, all this Nintendo content.
A year, not a month.
A year.
Yeah.
It's just
like at that point, if you don't think that $10 for the year is worth it for N64 and the best game of all time being available on your Switch with a link to the past, and then
there's a great one.
All this like extra content, like okay, then Nintendo can never win you over.
Yeah,
like, and that's fine too. Just don't get it. That's cool.
Yeah. And there's more to come. That's the thing. Like we're not even done with this. Like look how much they put in there in a year. Look at what it started as and what it is now. I mean. It's
Drip would pay $20 a year just to play Wave Race.
30. Make it 30. I don't care. $30 a month just for Wave Race.
Yeah,
I'm cool with it.
Yeah. I kind of feel like now. Again, I think the expansion pack is worth it. I think Nintendo Online in general is worth it. I feel like the Virtual Console should make a return. I don't think it's too late for Nintendo to, not right now. It would be too early right now. But in the future, let's say with another Switch announcement, an upgraded version of the Switch we have, mainly hardware-wise. Not that there's any correlation with that, but just it'd be a good time to do it when you release a new console. Also, how about we kind of change things to having the virtual console again? First of all, do you think that is there even a chance that we're getting virtual console back in Nintendo?
I think it's gone forever.
Never. Well, I won't say never, but not in this generation and the next one. No,
I don't.
It doesn't have to come back.
It does not have to be future.
Now, when I say that, I'm not saying they're never going to add the virtual console branding back. But what I'm saying is, Nintendo, is it too late for Nintendo?
No, they don't want to do that. They're saying this is what we're charging. Yeah, no, you're not getting them anywhere else. You're getting them there. That's the whole point. Like, see, I don't like that. They're going to pay us $7 for one. You're going to pay us $50 for all of it every year. That's what you're going to do. What
I don't like about that is, I think probably what a lot of people don't like, is the fact that whenever the Switch console does go away, there is no reason to.
Well,
but if you didn't buy games, if you bought just a couple games,
we don't know that because things were different with like the Wii U. The games were tied to the system, not an account. Now they're tied to your account.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
So now let me look at Xbox One to Xbox Series S X. Like everything, you just got it. It's just over there. So I mean,
good point.
We don't know how that's going to happen yet, and nothing's tied to the system. It's all your account. So we could go to whatever the next thing is, and everything they just keep it all the same. Like it just all goes over, and then whatever new games. I don't see why they wouldn't. It's kind of crazy to not do that now. Why set up everything completely different now on accounts? Isn't that the point of doing it? I would think. But then again, it's Nintendo, so who the hell knows? They could be like, sorry, all the shit's deleted. It's gone. Kiss it goodbye.
As long as it's on an online service somewhere, right? Have it on a server somewhere, and like, cool, the Switch U is out, and we're no longer playing Switch.
Oh, God.
As long as we can still pay the $50 a month and be able to get it, then who cares?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting how they handle that. It's obviously it's a very long time from now, but it'd be interesting to see how they handle that.
I feel like that's how they're going to do it. Like Xbox is doing it. It's just the service. It just goes with you. They're just going to expand upon it. I mean, by the time we get to that, it's not going to look like what it looks like now, I'm sure.
But what about once again, it's a while from now. But once your Switch this current Switch that you have is out of date. You're already on to the second variant of the Switch, or even whatever precedes the Switch. What happens to your Switch? Like, if you were someone who played most of those games and didn't really buy any other games, you bought a Switch and got the expansion pack, and that is your life. Which I bet you there's a lot of those people out there who just want to play Switch for retro console stuff.
And they got a couple games here, like a Mario Kart.
They basically have nothing except for, like you said, a Mario Kart maybe and the expansion pack. Now they don't have the expansion pack anymore, or do they? Does Nintendo continue to support the expansion pack on the Switch?
Have to.
I feel like I have like such like a skew view. It's almost anti-consumer on all of this. Like, buying something once 20 years ago, like, doesn't necessarily mean that you have access to it in perpetuity.
That's true. That's true.
Like I don't mean to like sound anti-consumer, but
it's the way it is. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, right. Let's say I don't believe I have a Link to the Past on a cartridge anymore. So it's okay for me to have to pay for it again, right? It's been 20 years or whatever, more than 20 years.
And that's a good point, because think about this too. Let's go back and think about like the virtual console. How many times have you bought a Link to the Past? How many times have you bought whatever game on like $6? Oh,
yeah.
I got my Wii U. Oh, $6. Yeah. As 3DS, $6.
As much as I think game preservation is great, there should be a place to be able to get everything. To me, game preservation doesn't mean that something you buy once is yours for eternity. I don't believe that.
Yeah,
like it's just
something. Okay, so something in general, or game? Are you talking about games? A game you buy, you don't necessarily
a digital game,
digital or physical? Because these days, what's the real difference?
Yeah,
I mean, there's a shelf life to everything.
Yeah.
Like at some point, your Xbox 360 games won't work because they've spun too much and they're gonna get scratched or whatever. And not really though, not really, because you could to a point it does get scratched to a point where you can't fix it anymore. Sure, but not from normal wear and tear. I think a disc can last like 100 years as long as you get resurface. Sure, but your Xbox won't.
Yeah,
but you can fix it though. You can.
Until they stop making parts for it.
There's not.
Yeah, but by that time, Yeah, true. You're not wrong, but you can. There is in a let's just go not even full lifetime, like a 50-year lifespan. I mean, we're getting close to some of the oldest consoles to 50 years at this point. There is a way to fix these things. Whether that's just because there's no parts doesn't mean there's no parts. No new parts. There's no parts. You can a donor console, or just how to fix it in general. Maybe you don't need to replace the part at all.
Yeah.
Like I just think that this is all just a wonderful pipe dream. Like it's one of those things where like it's really awesome to be able to have access to all this. Like yes, I want that too. Like I want my walls filled with all my old shit that I could play at any time. Like I want to be able to play the original SS Tricky like right now, right? But I'll play it for 10 minutes and then I'm never gonna touch it again. For 20
yeah, that was
so
fun.
like once you like think about it in a realistic manner. Like how often even Drip here, Star Fox Extraordinaire, how often is he gonna go back and play Star Fox Adventure on the GameCube?
No, not a lot.
So again, yes, it's cool to own this stuff, and yes, they should be available somewhere. Make them available. Yeah. But I don't think that once you have it, you're exempt from having to buy it again at some point. Like
and I'm not on that. I'm not on that side. Yeah. Listen, I'd buy games twice. I have bought games twice, and there's nothing. I see nothing wrong with that, especially if you like it and enjoy it. Right? Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, but if it's on the service and they're still offering the service, I mean, I feel like you can't take it away at that point. Like, don't take games out like that.
Wait, you don't have HBO Max?
Yeah. yeah, I do.
I guess the point I'm trying to make is I don't love the idea of selling video games as a service. I like selling video games as a product.
Look around.
I know. I don't like it, man. I don't like services.
It's not the future. It's the present.
The future can be changed.
It's the present, but it's the way forward for sure. It's literally, it's not just games. It is everything. Everything is a service.
You can
get underwear delivered to your door in a mystery box every month. Anything you want. It's all service.
All I'm going to say is go ahead.
Every generation goes on kicking and screaming. Oh, this music that's playing now is shit. Music was great when I was a kid. Yeah. Oh, these movies are dog shit. Everything was so much better. That's just how it is. Like, maybe things were better for us. You know, when you're young too. But when some of us were a little bit...
I'm young. You don't know this. I'm bald as fuck. Okay, like listen. You can call me young all you want, but I have a life ahead of me where I'm a bald man. So
he's much younger than us, but I do call him Old Man Geeb quite frequently.
No, but you know that's one of those things. Like you can go down kicking and screaming, but you're going down. Like things are going one way, and no matter how much complaining the internet wants to do, it's not changing it. Unfortunately,
that's a really sad way of looking at life.
No,
no matter how much you care about it, you're a disaster. It doesn't matter, man.
But this is how perception. This is how perception is important. I don't see it as a sad way. I see it as a happy way. I don't like. I'm what's the name of that old movie? Some Dr. Strangelove and How I Learned to Love the Bomb or something. I'm butchering the name.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, but it was
no idea.
But it was all about accepting the inevitable. And sometimes the inevitable is bad. But if you have the acceptance of it, it doesn't have to be as bad as you make it out to be. I don't know. I don't mean to get all existential and stupid on you guys, but
here's the only thing here's the only thing that I want. Bringing it back to video games. The only thing that I want is that I like to collect. I'm not sure if you can't right now, Steve, but I got.
You can still do it. Go on eBay.
That's not fair. That is not a fair way to collect, my friend. As we talked about earlier, like Minish Cap right now is $80.
Fair.
Who's writing these rules? Who
gets to say what's fair?
I mean,
if anything, Geeb, here's a different way of looking at it. A kid found his copy of Minish Cap, or an adult.
That's not what's happening, but okay.
And whatever. You have someone has a copy of Minish Cap. They spent so much amazing time with it, and now they get to pass it on for you. Yeah, you have to pay a little bit of a premium for it, but that should honestly make you feel a little bit better. It's like Jordans and stuff like that. You pay a premium just because you're cool because you got these Jordans. Minish Cap physical, who has it? You do, Geeb. You do.
Well, okay, I think you misunderstood me a little bit. I'm not talking about retro stuff. I'm talking about, because that's great. I'm glad today I can go on eBay and buy the stuff. If I really, really do want it, I'll pay the premium and go get it. But if we go to an all-service future of video games, say goodbye to your cartridges, friends. Say goodbye to your discs that you love to collect. That is where we're headed.
Sure.
Digital, they don't give you anything for digital. They give you a copy of the game digitally, and you get nothing physically. Therefore, there's nothing to collect.
Everybody is so hung up on this physical stuff anyway. I don't.
Dude, it's collecting. People have been collecting since people have been people. We've collected our favorite rocks when there were only things to collect was rocks.
When there's no more games to collect, you will collect something else.
But we want to collect.
I would rather collect other things.
That's all.
For me, it's like I don't want a bunch of little cartridges that I got to change in and out. It's all, I want it all right there.
Yeah.
Like, just pull the switch out. It's there. Like, I don't need, let me put this in. Dude, I don't want it.
Even if I have I'll have the cartridge. I'm downloading a ROM, so I never have to take it. So I never have to stand up to go change stuff.
Yeah. And I made that whole video about going digital. And I even had people in the Discord, like, recently, like, man, he's right about that, changing games in and out. He's like, people have said, I play more games now that I'm buying stuff digital, because I'm like,
yes.
If it's not in there, I'm like, do I really want to go get it?
Let me paint you a picture. You're comfortable in bed, perfect temperature, right? The blanket's on you. You don't even want to move. If you move the pillow, you turn it over. The pillow might be too cold for you. I don't know if you like cold or hot, but whatever. You're in the perfect position. Okay. If you nudge, you're gonna wake your wife up.
Okay.
You don't want that, right?
No, not at all.
You're there playing Breath of the Wild 2 on your Switch. Your Switch
Pro.
Mate.
Switch U. Yeah.
Yeah. You're there playing Breath of the Wild 2 on your Switch U. But the hot new Mario Kart 9 just came out. You bought it physical.
Yeah.
But you left the cartridge in the kitchen or in your office or something. Now you got to stand up? What kind of man has to stand up to change their games?
I mean, yeah, what is this 1964? No.
You're waking your wife up, so you're getting divorced tomorrow, first of all.
Yeah. So you've ruined your life with physical media.
Gabe, I hear you, and we do need to wrap up this podcast. It is time for Gabe to exit.
Yeah. I have to leave. Yeah,
I want to finish off this podcast by saying this. I hear you, Gabe. You're not wrong with what you're saying. The only thing that you're missing is that I'm not a guy who's just going to sit here and take it in the ass, okay? I'm the guy who's going to say, you know what? I don't like it in the ass, and I'm going to find a way for you to be happy, but also for me to be happy, and we can all be happy together instead of just accepting the quote-unquote inevitable. And with that, we're ending the Drip and Geeb podcast. Thank you, Gabe. You can find Gabe on YouTube. HereBeGabe. It's in the description. You were so kind to join us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We wish you well in your endeavors, and hopefully we can have you back sometime and talk about getting F to the S some more. Guys in the stream, we're gonna be hanging out for a couple minutes. Gabe has to leave, but we'll be hanging out for a couple minutes. And that's gonna be it for the audio, guys. See you guys next week.
Peace.